Everyone knows cheetahs as the fastest animals on land, capable of going from 0 to 60 in just 3 seconds. Right? But what if I told you that speed might actually be their greatest weakness? That the very gift that made them famous could also be the reason they struggled to survive. It's a harsh reality in the wild. Being fast doesn't always mean being safe. Cheetahs are fragile athletes in a world of bruisers and beasts. And every time they sprint, they risk it all. Because for cheetahs, speed comes at a price, and that price might just be survival. This isn't just a story about running. It's a story about sacrifice. By the end of this video, you'll never see a cheetah the same way again. Let's break down the myth. Cheetahs can indeed outrun almost any animal on the planet, but that legendary speed over 70 miles per hour isn't unlimited. It lasts only for 20 to 30 seconds. After that, their bodies begin to shut down, their muscles overheat, their hearts race dangerously. If they push any further, they risk collapse or death. So what seems like power is actually borrowed time, which chases a life-threatening gamble. And that means cheetahs can't afford to sprint unless the odds are perfect. They're not reckless racers, they're survivalists with strict limits. Here's where the tension ramps up. Unlike lions or leopards, cheetahs don't have the muscle mass to defend themselves. Their bodies are built for agility, not combat. Thin bones, light frames, and smaller skulls make them aerodynamic but fragile. If a cheetah gets into a fight with a hyena or lion, it almost always loses. So even if it wins a sprint and catches prey, the real danger comes after. Larger predators often follow cheetahs, wait for them to hunt, and then steal their kill. Cheetahs can't fight back. If they try, they risk injury, and for a wild animal, even a small wound can mean death. Now think about what that means. Cheetah can spend enormous energy hunting. It plans the stalk, it waits for the right moment, it explodes into full speed, and it succeeds. But before it can catch its breath, a group of hyenas shows up, or a lion pride. Within minutes, the food is gone. Just like that. All that effort, all that risk, for nothing. And the cheetah has to walk away hungry, exhausted, and completely vulnerable. That's not just frustrating, that's deadly, especially if it happens more than once. Because cheetahs can only afford so many failed hunts. This is where sacrifice comes into play. Cheetahs have evolved to avoid fights entirely. They rarely roar. They almost never defend territory aggressively. Instead, they yield, they disappear, they hide, all to avoid confrontation. It's the exact opposite of what we see in lions or leopards, who fight to dominate. Cheetahs, they survive by not being seen, by staying under the radar. And when they do run, they make it count. Because they may not get a second chance that day. But the sacrifice doesn't stop at hunting. It extends to parenting. Female cheetahs raise cubs alone. No pride, no help. And raising cubs in the open savanna without defense is one of the hardest challenges in the animal kingdom. These mothers must hunt every day while hiding their babies from almost every predator in Africa. Lions, leopards, hyenas, even baboons will kill cheetah cubs. And without protection, more than 75% of cubs don't make it past 3 months. That's not just a statistic. That's a brutal truth cheetahs live with every day. They sacrifice safety for mobility, silence for speed. And still, they lose more than they win. Let's not forget the mental pressure. Cheetahs aren't just fast, they're calculating. They don't chase anything that moves. They wait, they analyze, they look for weakness. Then, when the time is right, they accelerate, but only when success is likely. Because every sprint comes with the cost of exhaustion, dehydration, and exposure. So while we may think of them as reckless racers, cheetahs are actually strategic hunters. And sometimes the smartest move is not to run. Now let's talk about physical recovery. After a full-speed chase, a cheetah can't just pick up and leave. Its body temperature spikes dangerously. Its muscles are overloaded with lactic acid. It lies on the ground panting, unable to move for several minutes. During that time, it's completely defenseless. If a predator arrives in those moments, the cheetah can't fight. It can't run. It can only hope it wasn't followed. So even when a hunt is successful, it puts the cheetah's life in serious danger. The very act of running could become its downfall. There's another cost to speed: diet. Cheetahs prefer smaller prey gazelles, hares, and young wildebeest. Why? Because smaller prey are easier to kill quickly. Less struggle, less risk. But that also means cheetahs must hunt more often to get the calories they need. And more hunts mean more chances to fail, more energy spent, more chances to attract unwanted attention. It's a vicious cycle, one that punishes the fastest animal on land for being built the way it is. Even in their design, cheetahs have sacrificed everything for speed. Their claws don't retract like other cats, they're more like cleats for traction. Their tails act as steering rods mid-chase. Their lungs are massive, their hearts are oversized. Their nostrils are wide to maximize oxygen intake. They are the Formula One cars of the animal kingdom. But what happens when the road is rough? Where the pit crew doesn't show up? These animals have no backup, no armor, just speed. And if that's not enough, they don't get second chances. Think about their competition. Lions live in prides and steal kills. Leopards climb trees to protect food. Hyenas chase in packs. Wild dogs use endurance to overwhelm prey. But cheetahs, they hunt alone, eat alone, defend nothing. They rely on the idea that if they're fast enough, they won't need strength. But speed is temporary, and Africa is full of permanent threats. It's a dangerous game, and cheetahs walk the line every single day. Incredibly, some cheetahs are adapting. In areas with high predator density, they're shifting to hunt during daylight hours when lions rest. Others have moved into more open plains, away from wooded ambush zones. Even their behaviors are changing: more caution, more scouting, more patience. But adaptation has its limits. You can only give up so much before there's nothing left to trade. And cheetahs have already given up power, defense, and stamina for speed. Even their social structure is unique. While females are solitary, males sometimes form small groups called coalitions. These brothers hunt and defend tiny territories together. It gives them a rare advantage in a world where solo living is risky. But even this comes with a cost. Coalitions must share food, share space, and avoid larger predators together. And the moment they attract attention, it's over. One bad decision, one missed signal, and the fastest cats on Earth can become victims in seconds. There's a tragic irony in all this. Cheetahs were built for a world that no longer exists, a world where open land was abundant and predators were fewer. Today, their greatest threats aren't just lions or hyenas, they're habitat loss, human encroachment, and environmental collapse. They can't outrun bulldozers, can't sprint past barbed wire fences, and they certainly can't outmaneuver a shrinking food supply. No matter how fast they are, the world is catching up to them, and not in a good way. As of now, cheetahs are listed as vulnerable, with fewer than 7,000 left in the wild. That's not many, especially when you consider how wide their territories must be, and how few can survive in close quarters. Every failed hunt matters. Every stolen kill hurts. Every cub lost is a blow to the species. And the sacrifice continues, not by choice, but by necessity. It's easy to admire their speed, but what we rarely see is the cost behind it. Every breathtaking chase is followed by uncertainty. Will they keep the kill? Will they survive the night? Will their cubs be safe tomorrow? Behind the glamour of velocity is a life lived on the edge. Speed alone can't guarantee safety. In fact, for cheetahs, it's just another risk. So what does survival really mean for a cheetah? It means sacrifice, giving up brute force, giving up territorial pride, giving up safety, all for the chance to win a few seconds of unmatched acceleration. And even then, those seconds might not be enough, because nature doesn't reward the fastest. It rewards the smartest, the strongest, or sometimes just the luckiest. Cheetahs may be the sprint champions of Earth, but that title doesn't come with trophies. It comes with exhaustion, isolation, and constant danger. They've carved a niche no other predator dares to fill, but that niche is narrow. And as the world changes, it's shrinking even faster than they can run still. There's something heroic about them. Every chase is a risk they take. Every kill is a battle they earn. And every day they survive is a victory in a world not built for their kind. They may not roar, they may not fight, but they endure. Gracefully, quietly, desperately. So the next time you see a cheetah burst into motion, remember this. You're not just watching speed, you're watching survival. A life defined by motion. A heart that beats faster than most. A creature that gave up everything for the chance to outrun extinction. And in a world full of predators, that might be the most courageous choice of all.